Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Evan, back with some more NCAA Road to Glory gameplay with my cornerback from TCU. As you can see, my voice sounds a lot better than it used to because I have a new microphone, a blue snowball microphone, instead of my headset that I used to use, which actually was really bad audio quality because it really, like, if I raised my voice, it would get really scratchy, and I could obviously, like, when I watched the videos over again, I was like, oh man, this is just so bad. But now I can speak clearly with this nice new microphone. I can actually speak up. And anyways, this gameplay is 20 TCU with my cornerback versus #1 Oklahoma. If you noticed from last game that I played, we were ranked 8th. We did lose a game. I think it was to West Virginia. We lost like 19-13. It was a really close game, but it's obviously really hard to win when your offense doesn't produce as a defensive player in Road to Glory. And I'm just, this game is actually extremely close. It goes down to the wire here. It's a low-scoring game. It's very defensive. But our offense does come to play in this game, finally. And Oklahoma is actually, they're a really good offense because they actually start scrambling a lot with their quarterback. Apparently their quarterback is a scrambling quarterback, which doesn't seem like Oklahoma's style at all. And they run a no huddle most of the time too, which I didn't know they ever did that. But their basic offense is still kind of the same as usual, with like 2 guys in the backfield besides the quarterback. But anyways, let's hop into the gameplay here. On their first offensive series, our defense stops them, which was a kind of a key point that I was trying to do in this game because our offense isn't exactly high-powered, and we're primarily a run-based offense, so getting a lot of points quickly if we're down a lot isn't really an option we have to do because we don't really have strong wide receivers. We have a really good running back, but we don't have a solid quarterback that can pass the ball deep. But he's a scrambling quarterback, but our wide receivers aren't as good as the Oklahoma wide receivers either. So I've been trying to just stop Oklahoma for as long as possible and keep them off the board so we can give our offense some time to score as much as possible before Oklahoma just kind of like tries to dominate our defense. We do have about the best defense in the entire NCAA, but I mean, even the best defense cannot always stop the best offense, as some of you guys know. But if you've played as a cornerback, and then I missed a tackle right there. If you play as a cornerback, or if you play as any type of defensive player, except for like a left end or like a D end or anything like that, then you know how hard it is to stop an offense because it's just, you can't control the ball ever because they're not going to ever pass it to you almost. Like, when you get an interception, it's extremely hard to get one because it's such a rare occasion that they're going to pass to your guy and you're going to be in a position to be able to make a play on the ball. On here, I get a nice big hit on their running back after they do a pitch out to him. And right now we're in the second quarter, 3 minutes and 53 seconds left. They're 1st and 10. I'm going to notice that they're going to do a run play out to the right side. I don't get there in time to stop them, but our defense is there. And we stop them, make it 2nd and 7. Usually, when I was saying before, when it's really hard to change an offense based on your defense is because when they don't pass to you, they're passing against your other players on your team. And the reason why we have so much defensive success is because TCU is obviously a really good defensive team, and they can stop most passing offenses, and they can stop the rush sometimes as well. But if I was on a mid-level defensive team, it would be extremely hard to stop them because they wouldn't be passing it to my guy every time, obviously. And if you're like a 99 overall or like an All-American type of defensive player, they're obviously not going to pass it towards your direction because they know that you're going to either make a play on the ball, intercept it, or something like that. Like if you're a really good safety or if you're a really good cornerback or even a really good linebacker, they're not going to pass it into your area or in your zone. They're going to keep it away from you, and they're going to pass it to the other wide receivers that have advantages on the other cornerbacks or the other safeties or the other linebackers. And if you're a really good linebacker, they're most likely not going to run it in your direction. But if you're like a left end or, you know, like a defensive tackle or something like that, there's a higher chance that you can make a play because you're just gonna, like, you're next to the ball, and you can kind of position yourself in a way where you can get around the block really easily and get sacks extremely easily. Like, even with my cornerback, when I know it's going to be like a run play, or I know it's going to be like a play that's like a screen pass or something, I'm going to try to sack the cornerback or the quarterback, and I'm going to have a lot of success usually. Sometimes you can't get to him in time, but most of the time you can. Right here, I'm going to get a nice big hit on their running back, I think. And after my my teammate doesn't get the tackle, but that was a really good play there. It's now 2nd and 7. Third quarter here, we're up 7-3 now. If you didn't notice, I don't really include the offense in here because that's just kind of like simulation, and I don't think you guys would want to watch that. And they get a nice little run out here to the right side to get a first down. So far, we've stopped them pretty effectively, only allowing them to get 1 field goal so far. And right here, they're going to notice that we're blitzing, so they're going to change the play to a run out to the right side, and they're going to get another first down here because our defense can't stop them. All the offensive linemen get to their blocks. Right here, they're going to start doing the no-huddle offense again, which has actually been not as effective as they'd like it to be because they haven't really produced on offense yet. We're going to keep it at a zone right now, cover 2. And it looks like they're going to do a run play here out to the right side again, which has been working for them lately, but we did stop them this time to make it 2nd and 10. They didn't gain anything at all. Right here, I'm going to start to play more zone because I'm thinking they're going to do passes more often because they're kind of getting desperate to get something done on offense. And it looks like it was the right call because they're going to throw a pass and it's going to get picked off by the other cornerback who's going to return it for about 10 yards, which was a great defensive series for us, not allowing them to get down the field any further. And I'm going to lay a huge hit on their running back again, the 3rd time, and he's still not injured yet. And they're going to show that replay, but I'm going to skip it because I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to stop them. Playing another cover 2 here because I think they're going to pass even more because they are getting desperate, obviously, by doing more and more passes inside their own 20-yard line here. They get it to 3rd and inches. They don't get the first down quite yet. They're doing a no-huddle again, which still, I mean, it's not really effective. They should just give themselves some time to do better play calls here. 3rd and inches, they're probably going to do a run play here. They're going to move the guy out to the right side. They're going to run it straight up the middle. They do get it just barely, even though our defense gets there almost in time. But, yeah, I've gotten 3 tackles already, and all 3 of them have been big hits. I think they were all on the running back as well. Haven't gotten a single pass deflection or anything like that, which is usually what I like to do because I like to get interceptions because I think that's usually the hardest thing to get. But I won't argue with getting a lot of tackles because that also looks good on the resume. But I would prefer it that they would actually pass towards my guy, but they, like I said before, they already know that I'm like a lockdown cornerback. Even though it doesn't seem like that all the time because sometimes I allow some passes to go through. But if I'm a 90 overall or higher, they're not going to even pass it towards my guy. And like they're showing some replays here of my big hits all on the running backs here. But they didn't fumble the ball or get injured, which is just amazing to me, really. They have turned it over once, though, when they got intercepted that one time. 3 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, but 3 tackles for loss and 3 big hits. Okay, so they're going to start passing the ball here some more. Playing cover 2 again. They try to scramble with our quarterback, don't get anything, actually lose 5 yards here. And once again, I didn't do anything, but they showed me like I actually did something on that play there, even though I was just in the backfield trying to cover my zone. I play a little bit farther back because I'm assuming they're going to throw the long ball, and luckily I do because they have a wide open receiver that I get to just in time to stop them from being able to score a touchdown really quickly here because we're only up 14-3, but if that would have happened, they would have been down only 14-10. But I stopped them there for a little while before we could allow them to score because, I mean, it's Oklahoma, and they have a great offense, and they're on the 5-yard line, so they got to score, right? They have to score here. They're going to run the ball down, but we're going to stop them just right before knocking their running back and actually injuring him. Finally, after I've hit him 3 times already, and he just gets hit right here and gets injured. We're playing zone in the backfield, which actually doesn't work out that well because they do score the touchdown with their 2nd string running back here, and I'm just holding my hands out like, what the hell, you guys? But we're playing zone here again on the 2-point conversion that they're going to try to go for, and we do. He tries to run it in, but we do stop him right here. He doesn't get injured, but as long as we stop the 2-point conversion, that's all I'm worried about, because if they would have gotten that and gotten another field goal, they would have actually tied us. So I'm extremely happy that we stopped them, because I was actually really worried here, because I thought they were going to come back and actually start to score on us, because they had figured our defense out pretty much, because all we're doing is rotating between cover 2 and a blitz. So right here, they're going to pass to my man, and I'm going to get another user big hit on the running back, I think. I'm not sure if that was running back or the wide receiver here. But so far it's 3rd and 6. We're kind of stopping them. Time's running down here. I'm still my heart's like pounding here because I'm like, we can't lose another game because we're only 4-3 on the season, which is actually the worst I've done so far in this, but I can't control that much when our offense doesn't really produce. Anyways, it's 1st and 10. They didn't get the first down here. They're going to pass it out to the side on a screenplay. I'm going to try to get around the block, but I don't quite get there. But at least my teammates come and clean it up just barely in time. There's a minute and 40 seconds left, so we're going to run the cover 2 again because I assume they're going to start passing it more and more here. And right here, they're going to switch the play, and they're going to just throw the ball down and stop the clock. Running cover 2 again here. I'm trying to leave them in open space, but he tries to scramble instead of throwing it to the 2 receivers that were around me that I couldn't cover both of them. It shows me with 5 tackles and 3 tackles for loss, even though on that play I also didn't do anything. But here I'm on man-to-man. They're going to pass it deep, and it gets intercepted again by our safety. Thank goodness, because I thought that was going to go and they were going to be able to like get the lead here with a minute left. But they only had 1 timeout left, and we end up running the clock out with a minute left, and we win the game. Luckily, because we're now 5-3 on the season, we're going to jump up in the rankings just slightly with a 14-9 defensive win. That's how I like it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe. Have a nice day.
Good game out there, but they needed to make 1 or 2 more big plays, and they couldn't do it. Who knows? Another couple of minutes, and this one may have gone the other way.